Hello and welcome back to the Aeternian Stories channel, where today I want to talk about what my goals are for the July Camp NaNoWrimo this year. I took a very long break from YouTube since like February, and just kind of trying to take better care of my mental health. I had a lot of physical health problems, which are slowly getting better. It just takes a lot of time to handle them. In the background, there's going to be my cat playing with a toy. Just ignore that. Um, but I'm finally back, and I'm more excited than ever to dive into this story that I've been writing for such a long time. I know I've said many times that every NaNoWrimo I want to finally finish it. I just keep coming up with new ideas for it, though, and I finally have the barest of outlines written for, I think it's up to 7 books now in the series, and I have a almost full outline written for the first 3 books. But the thing is, I want to change kind of how it's formatted and stuff. I want to turn them into a sort of episodic format and upload them on Wattpad once a week, maybe bi-weekly, and so it'll be one of each character's point of view uploaded all together in each like upload. So essentially each character will have their own scene for that episode. I might shuffle around what order the characters are in, because right now it goes Xander, Celine, Damien, Vlad. Depending on who's doing what and where it falls in the timeline, I might change that up to Celine, Vlad, Damien, Xander. I don't know what way we're gonna go with that. I just think that's gonna give me a lot more room to keep with the timeline, keep things moving, and not, having trouble coming up with something to write. Because Xander and Celine being right after each other, it's hard to have something else happen from a different character's point of view when they're together for most of the novel, if not all of it, except the first probably like 3 or 4 sections, I think. I don't remember, because Xander goes to the Vampire Society meeting for the first time, then he goes to the banquet thing, and then he goes to a coffee shop on the way to the blood drive clinic thing. So I think it's like 3 or 4 sections before they meet and everything really kind of kicks off. And I also want to try to condense my sections a lot, because a lot of them with Xander, because I originally started this story with Xander's point of view, and then I introduced Celine's in, and it was a lot shorter. His sections are between 1,500 and maybe like 3,000-4,000 on some of them. So I really want to cut those down a lot more, and like I said, get the timeline moving. I need to make a timeline of what needs to happen in the story, and then I can figure out who's going to be doing what in the story. Like who's gonna be, the driving character for that specific point, I guess. I also have another thing I did. So I did upload a video a while ago about the journal I was using at the time to keep all of my writing in. Since then, my best friend made my birthday the most beautiful, the most magical day. She did everything, and it was so nice, and I'm so grateful for her. She is everything. So she got me some fine liners. I have so many now. Like, the red one's not in here, but look at all these colors I have to use now. So she got me all of those. She got me this journal, which is a dot grid. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of. So it's a dot grid journal, and I have a plain journal too, and I think that one has a Bob Ross quote on it, so I might use it as a like a sketchbook or something, or maybe some other stuff for my characters. I don't know. But and then she got me a whole load of washi tape, and I've just been using it in this notebook to kind of not rebrand my story, but kind of rediscover the entire story, because I have been so passionate and loved this story for, the last 5, almost 6 years, and I still have quite a passion for it. I just think it needs to be, I think the story, like where it starts going up and where it ends just needs to be rediscovered, revamped, I guess, in a way, since I'm changing it a little bit in the way that I want to be uploading it. I think after the season's finished, too, the seasons, of which there will be, I hope there's going to be 7. I think so, because I have, like I said, a bare idea of what I want to do for all of them. I'll obviously, probably publish a, novel size. It'll just be a really thick novel size, chunk of the story, and then each season will be its own book and everything. Because that's what the original idea was to make each, story, or each part of the story, a different book. And now, since there's so many, I'm thinking I might do it that way on Wattpad, and I think that might be really cool, because it's not only an original story, but it's, I think Wattpad is a better place to upload it in, sections. I think it'll go really well. I'm very excited for when that comes. It's going to be a while away yet. I'm going to have to finally finish this season of the story. And I might end up, because this story is over, it was 85,000 words when I printed the last manuscript that I printed of it, so I could write on it, look at it, and see what I needed to change and whatnot, and when I might actually be using that sometime soon. And then I've, been rewriting it, and we're at 63, almost 64,000 words. But I haven't even made it to where the 85,000 is, so I'm going to guess it's over 100,000 right now. The only depressing part is I'm probably going to not necessarily scrap most of what I've written in the last 5 years, but kind of do exactly that, because we're rediscovering the story. We're, going through it and building the world out a lot more and doing so many things for these characters that, to me, they deserve. I don't want to say they're people that don't exist, because they exist in my mind, but they're people that don't exist that mean a lot to me, and, they're kind of an escape from the world for me, and this writing has really kind of, in a way, it's been there for me in the last 5 years, and the last, couple of years with the pandemic that's been happening in the world. It really helped me, find something to do in the times that, I wasn't doing anything. And I did go back to school in that time, but the writing is really what kind of, I guess kept me going for a little while, because it was something exciting to look forward to after work, after school, whatever. Something exciting to do that I could be passionate about and literally do whatever I want. So I'm obsessed with this story, and I probably will be forever. But the plan for Camp NaNoWrimo in July, which is tomorrow. Today is June 30th. I didn't say that. Today's June 30th. So the plan for NaNoWrimo this next month is to rediscover the story, kind of really, go through everything in a lot more detail, think about my characters more, think about my settings, what places look like, but, stuff like that. So I think it's going to be really good. I'm also really excited to kind of do more of the things that are on my list here at the beginning of the novel, beginning of this notebook. I'll probably, sometime during NaNoWrimo, I'll make a video on what this thing looks like now, but I'm kind of getting it up to speed with the plot method I'm using now. Because I have a lot of, look at all these notes. Those are all of the things that I want to do with, this novel specifically, and working on other ones. So the first one is to get to 200,000 words with the novel, which, if it's going to be an episodic format, I think that's definitely going to happen, because I don't know how long the season is going to be, but I feel like we'll definitely probably get there, because the story is already so long, and I'm only probably maybe a quarter to a third of the way through it, like how much I've actually fully written of the story. Because I have not even plotted in detail the ending of this novel. The only thing I have saying what happens is on the plot roller coaster I made before, which is 6 points of what happens in each part of the story. I have written that, and that's about it. I have not finished it, so I want to plot in detail the ending of the novel and actually write it. And as I kind of, stated a minute ago, is I want to get to know my characters better, but I want to create mood boards for them, character sheets for each of them, kind of detail important things about them that should be kind of shown through the novels as they go, and kind of help build the character and watch them kind of progress and change and all that. And I want to get a better idea of where the story is going for each upcoming novels by making an outline for all of them. I have an outline for 3 of them. It's the other 3 that I'm not too sure about, because the first one, obviously, I already have an outline. But the last 3, I don't have an outline for. I just have literally a 1 or 2 sentence thing of what I want the story to be about. So I need to finish those, and I need to lay out a really basic outline of the overarching story of this. Is called Project Red. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm calling this thing I'm working on right now, because this is the only writing thing I've been working on for 5 years, and it's called Project Red because vampires and stuff. So I thought that would be a really good start. And so I just need to get a really an arc of what's happening through all 7 is a lot, but all 7 novels. Maybe there'll end up being more if I, get this outline going and stuff. But I want to see what I need to carry through all of the novels, and what can progress, kind of like characters do, make other things progress and have foreshadowing for other books or later things in novels, stuff like that. So I really want to work on getting that together, because when I finish writing the first draft of this story here, which ends up actually being the 4th or 5th iteration at this point, but I still have never finished a full draft. So when I get there, I want to have all but everything completely written, so then all I have to do is take the really detailed scene and write it out completely with dialogue and setting and all that stuff. I want to have all that very ready to go, so I don't have to spend so much time, kind of pantsing it and just kind of writing as I go, because that's how I started this story. That's why it's taken so long for me to get this far, is because this story started with me and my friend at the time. I found a writing prompt on the internet that said, it was prompt 76. It was a vampire who gives blood rather than drinks it to survive. And so I've really just kind of ran with it and made an entire series out of it, and I'm just so excited to get into it. But I need to figure out what the heck is going on with this story. We are not pantsing anymore. We are planning, we are plotting, we are doing all the things. I just need to get there. And the other thing I need to do is make a map of the town that they live in, called Lunaria. Don't know where the name came from, but I love it, and I think it's perfect. Where the cities and streets and houses and important buildings are in the city, so I can kind of visualize how far apart places are, how far apart other towns are that they go to sometimes for other, parts of the story. So I can kind of figure out, okay, so this is going to take them 20 minutes to get there, or it's just literally right around the corner. Nothing's really going to happen in between. But if they're driving to another town, then it's probably going to take some time to get there. So there needs to be something happening while we do that, or we need to skip time or something like that. So I need to make a map of that, which I need to find an app for it, and if anybody has any suggestions, let me know down below, because I don't know that I could make a map on my own. I've never done that before. I might watch a bunch of videos on it or something. I don't know. But I really need to do that. So like I said, I can figure out what the heck, where people are, where, places are, how far apart they are. And then on the subject of maps, I need to make house layouts for each of my main characters, Xander, Celine, Damien, and Vlad, so I can get a better idea of their house. So I can, when they're at home, I can bring a lot more detail to it and kind of add their personality to different parts of their homes and their rooms and stuff like that. I do have a mood board for it somewhere, for each of the houses somewhere. I just don't know what I did with them. So I'm probably going to remake those. I have all of the stuff saved on Pinterest, I think. I would just have to re-download the photos and figure out which ones go where, but that is something that needs to happen. And for this iteration of Project Red 1, which is the novel the first novel. I want to try a different plotting method because the plot roller coaster really just didn't do it for me. I mean, I did get some of the detail that I needed, but it wasn't enough, so I'm trying something different. I'm doing the snowflake plotting method, which is starting from something very small and then branching out like a snowflake, and it has all these little branches. So I've currently made it through writing a 1-sentence summary of my novel, a 1-paragraph summary, writing a 1-page summary about my characters, and then the I think it's a 1-page summary of the story. That's how far I've made it so far. I'm just writing it in here so I can take this with me anywhere I go, like at work when I'm on break or something. I want to be able to work on this literally anywhere. So that is the idea right now, and I'm actually learning a lot more about my characters and a lot more about what's going on with them, and I do really like this method. Originally, I was going to use each novel to try different plotting methods, so I did the roller coaster, I did 9-step plot dot, Save the Cat, 3-act, 15-beat structure, Catty-tastic, 3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter structure, and then there was another one I was going to try too, but I'm finding that the snowflake plotting method is really helping a lot. And not only for this novel, I think it's going to help for a lot of other novels too, like that I'm writing in this series, because I'll know, what drives my characters, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish, what, their history is and stuff. So I think I'm definitely probably going to use this more than once. It has taken a long time to, get through it and stuff, but I think it is going to be very good once I get it all together and written. And that's why this notebook is so thick, because I'm going to need every single piece of this paper to get there. But those are my plans for Camp NaNoWrimo for July. Let me know down below in the comments what your plans are, and I will see you guys later this month with an update. All right, bye!